Do you need some cards from today's episode? Well, you can pick them up and support the show from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just follow the link in the description box down below.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Fish 5-0 with me, yours truly, your host, Krim. Today we're playing a Mardu feather deck. Mardu, not Mardon't, and I do like this deck because we do add the Splash of Black, which brings us Ongrat's Rampage, and a few other spells that we'll talk about in a little bit. But for those that aren't familiar with how Mardu Feather works, or just a feather deck in general, you are trying to just essentially protect your threats with Sheltering Light, giving it indestructible, and Feather the Redeemed can pretty much, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves, if you do return to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So you do that, and you have Dreadhorde Arcanist, and those two will just kind of continuously return spells that target your own creatures. And since we have 10th District Legionnaire, when you target that, it gets a 1/1 counter. So you can go Reckless Rage, target the Legionnaire, kill a creature, grow the Legionnaire, also get it back with Arcanist. And we also have Legion Warboss and some Vanguards. But the new cards that we added, right? We know how we've seen this deck run around, but now the new cards, or what we get from Black, are mostly going to be Dreadhorde Butcher and Sorin the Vengeful Lord, Bloodlord. Dreadhorde Butcher is a solid haster that we can also just kind of like, it gives us that reach that we kind of need. And on top of that, it gives us another hasty threat that can grow itself. And that's the nice thing about it. It grows itself. That means we're just loaded up with haste creatures between this and 10th District Legionnaire. So we just kind of just immediately smork as soon as it comes down. And whenever they sweep the board or blow up the board, we don't mind letting the Butcher go, so we can go ahead and use a Sheltering Light on something else and just dealing them more damage. Sorin is a game, it gives us the ability to play the late game and grind out our opponents. Also just a little more burn or a little more pinging damage. Gives us life gain to fight all the aggressive decks. And more importantly, the minus on Sorin lets us return things like Feather, anything that we've lost, like a Dreadhorde Butcher and stuff like that. And of course, out of the sideboard, we have Duresses and et cetera, et cetera. You kind of know how those cards work. So we'll see how this deck does in the queues. And so far, I like the idea of the Black Splash. Maybe the Blue Splash could give you things like Lazotep Plating, but let's just see how the Black Splash does. Forget. All right, well, it looks like we're up against someone that might like anime. Let's be honest here. That's someone that might like anime. And I am 100% on board with that. I guess I'm going to play this tapped. We have nothing to do on turn 2 or 1. I guess we just try. Let's see what they have this upcoming turn. Oh, Growth Spiral. This is more like Gross Spiral. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Luckily, they missed on a land, so it shows they have a 2-lander. Okay. Part of me wants to blow up this Llanowar Elf right now. I could blow up this Llanowar Elf or just play Feather. I'm gonna play Feather. Feel like this gives us a chance to blow up the Llanowar Elf. Set him back a land. Oh, Jade Light. Okay. Entrancing Melody. Okay. So that's a sign that we definitely want them to miss land drops. Because we can't really protect ourselves from Entrancing Melody either. Ooh. There's nothing, we don't have Hexproof. We need to blow up this land. Gotta blow up this and then send it back to Feather. Alright. Let's just send everybody in. They need another blue source before they start doing any of their fancy shenanigans. They could just also play Nissa and then try to race us that way, but we do have Sorin. Okay, nice. This upcoming turn, we can go ahead and blow up the elf. Nice. Okay, so we take game 1. They were mana stuck, so that is unfortunate. Duress, something I probably want. Because Takali Honor Guard does what? Takali Honor Guard makes it so that their Jade Lights don't do anything. I don't know, maybe it's not as good as I want it to be. Take out all the Adonto Vanguards, because it could get chumped pretty easily, but Takali Honor Guard seems to be better than that, in my opinion. Reckless Rage is something that we should probably have, but at the same time, I probably want a few Mortifies just in case. Like a few Mortifies just in case we're trying to like deal with a Wild Growth Walker. I don't know what else I want to... I guess we can get rid of Longrat's Rampage. All right, let's try this. Sorin might be just mediocre and maybe something that we should drop at a point. And I think I need a mulligan that... Oh, this is a little bit better. Little bit better. Not by much, but a little bit. Keep that. That's another threat. We want like a feather right now. Okay, so it's Bant, steal your stuff. I mean, how many other Planeswalkers do they have? I mean, how many other ETB effects they have? So they have Jade Light, Merfolk Branchwalker. Teferi's very good at dealing with us. I'm going to go ahead and play 10th District Legionnaire. We're going to punch Teferi, so in case they send the Legionnaire back, we get to just... They have to kill off their Teferi to do so. Okay, that's fine. We have haste anyways. And let's go and try to... I guess we'll have to get around the 2/2 body here. All right, sweet. I'm not going to use it, the Defiant Strike, unless I have to. Like, I wanna break through the Krasis, but if it's just going to sit there, there's no point in me doing anything about it. I don't know how we... If they ever resolve any of their big spells, like their Nisses and etc., I don't know if we can win. The Fairy. Again. Again. Let me see. How does this go for us? We send both of these in. Do we care about... I mean, they could instant speed steal our stuff. That's a problem. Sure. We get rid of the 10th District Legionnaire, get rid of the Krasis, but the nice thing is we get to go in Sorin next turn and then bring it back anyways. Hey, they are getting that land count up. Oh my lord, is it just Teferi Tribal? It is actually just Teferi Tribal. So many Teferis. Alright, let's see what you got in hand. Mine's a little laggy. Bloody. I think I'm going to ping down Teferi. Next turn, we don't have to do it right now, right? Because we can just keep the Legionnaire up. Or wait until we need to do something with the Legionnaire. This makes them send in attackers at Sorin, which is good for us. Okay. Send all the attackers in. So now we have the ability to block at least a Legion, a Llanowar Elf. We get a Legion War Boss token every turn. Hopefully I don't have anything to steal this stuff yet. They steal a Planeswalker, that's not the end. Oh, nice. So we take match 1. And it looks like we're up against Jalero. This seems like a sweet hand. I'm keeping this. This seems like a sweet hand. Okay. Oh, maybe not sweet enough. All these decks with Llanowar Elf turn 1. Hard to beat. 2 strong, 3 strong, 5 me. You know, I'm actually going to send the Dreadhorde Butcher in. Because if they block, I ping down the Elf. Or I could ping down. Yeah, actually, I'll just get rid of the Dreadhorde Butcher. Rhythm of the Wild, that's a good magic card. Okay, so we send in the War Boss. So they hit land 4. That can be a concern. Make them sacrifice the elf. Do they have some kind of like flash creature or something like that? Okay, send the damage to Dreadhorde Butcher. I mean, send the counter onto Dreadhorde Butcher, which will then have it swing in, deal damage, thus growing it 1 tougher. Currently doing alright. Currently doing alright. Opponent is a little mana stuck, or was. Or no, everything's right. It's on curve. Ooh. Make him sacrifice a creature, and that should be game, pretty much. And then another bit of damage here, so that's 5, 7, 9. Yep, so at any point here, they kill our Dreadhorde Butcher, they die. Nice! Okay, so another solid game 1. What do we... Okay, so we definitely want Mortify. Is there an ETB that we have to worry about? It's like Phoenix, Spellbreaker. Those are all not ETBs. I guess the only one is Curl Harpooner. Vanguard just feels like it's going to cost me too much life and get blocked all day long. I think I like this. I don't think we need Deafening Clarion. We could try Healing Grace to keep our threats alive. Nah, I think we should be good. We have enough removal to clear the way. Plus, we also have Sorin to return some things back to our hand, or onto the board. Entirely Orzhov here, huh? But, like, if we get a red source, this hand is pretty sweet. I'm going to keep it. We just need 1 red source. 1 red source. Can still happen. Can still happen. All right. Red source, please. So they are playing versions with probably Branch Walker, Jade Light Ranger, all this other stuff then. Okay. So Takali Honor Guard would be good in this matchup. I might Sheltering Light just to scry here. It's like an entirely different deck. Yeah, I need a scry. I need to look for a land. A red land. Ugh. And this is the pain in playing a 3-color version of the deck. Inconsistencies of the mana are apparent right here. And we're a little too far behind now, right? I mean, we need 2 red sources, essentially. But let's see if we can even get the first one. Good old nice non-game. My fault. I probably should have kept a less greedy hand. I mean, the hand was so good if we drew a red source. Just couldn't get anything going. Let's take out a Legion War Boss. Legion War Boss is great, but in this matchup, I feel like they just have too many bodies. Too many bodies that go in front of it. We're just dropping out a 1/1 that doesn't really do much. Sure, I'll keep this. We actually have both colors, or all the colors we need. Removal, I like. Alright. Go ahead and get in there. I mean, they're about to play a land. What are they dropping on us? I think I'm going to play Feather. Or should I just keep them up? No, I'm gonna play Feather. Hope they don't have the Crawl Harpooner here. I'm not blocking. Because if they have Crawl Harpooner, it only deals 3 damage. Alright, let's go ahead and kill Kranko. I don't want Kranko going too wild on us, because then that makes our Ongrat's Rampage bad. So we know it's not Phoenix. They need double red for that. Okay. Oh, this is great. That means now we actually get to use Ongrat's Rampage and get some value off of it. Unless they can play like a 1/1 elf. Oh, my lord. See if we can get him to block. Yeah, I want that. I should probably scry, but fine. I still want that. Do I want this? It's another creature to swing with. No, I want to land, because we get Sorin, we can just ping him down. Okay. So I get all these cards back, which is nice. And now they have to figure out what they're gonna do. I mean, I was kind of expecting them to block. All right, nice, and that's another match win, 2-0. Good luck, center. I kind of really like this deck so far. The Black Splash has been pretty sweet. Maybe we should go up to the full 4 of Dreadhorde Butcher. I was just doing 3 because I wanted to try it out. Because I feel like I want to see that card all the time. Alright, here's to hoping they think... if I would have led with a Godless Shrine, maybe they would have thought I was on Esper. But now they might think I'm on Grixis. And then we go, surprise, it was never either one of those. We don't even have blue. Client's still a bit laggy. I reset it and everything, but... Alright, so this resolved. Alright, we're going to swing in. If they Merfolk Branchwalker, or whatever, Trickster us, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Because remember, we just need to try to get to Sorin. And yeah, if you have the Trickster, you gotta kill the 10th District Legionnaire. Can't let it stick around. Jin, perfect. They will sacrifice the creature. So now that we have that Jin out of the way, hopefully they don't have any more. Pteramander, I can live with a Pteramander. I think we need to get 2 threats on the board this turn. We'll lead off with Adonto Vanguard. Okay, so it seems that they don't have anything for creatures currently. They play another Trickster, that's fine. So they probably just have like Spell Pierce and stuff like that. Oh, Curious Obsessions grew. All right, well, I got to play Feather. Got to try to block. All right, hopefully they don't have something to interact with my Feather. A land does not interact, but it does allow them to spend to get more mana to do stuff like interact. Come on. Get something on the board so you can block like Trickster. There you go. There you go. That's fine. All right, we have Feather. So Feather can block for a little bit here. They don't have enough spells. They only have 5 mana, 1 in the yard, thanks to this new notification. So that means if they swing in, they can't do it. I mean, they could, if they swing in, they could dive down, but it doesn't feel great. Nice. All right, well, I'm going to just send in everybody. Should be weary, though, they might have another Curious Obsession. I don't know why I played all of these played everything before. Like, oh, crap. I forgot to undo that. Whatever. Well, yeah, I should have probably just played the Arcanist second main. Leave up combat tricks. Like, I know they have counters, right? So that's my concern right now. I don't want to get caught out with any of that nonsense, so I'm just going to wait for a little bit. Like, at least this way we can kind of play around a Spell Pierce. Okay, so if they swing in, that gives us the chance to potentially kill them. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. So we take game 1 against Mono Blue. I don't know who's actually really favored in this matchup. Honor Guard does what here? Honor Guard makes it so that Trickster doesn't do anything. Clarion, because we might need it. Make him sacrifice, because I don't want to target. Dreadhorde Arcanist seems decent if I can get some counters on it. Legion Warboss, nah. Sorin a little expensive. I think I'm going down to like 1 or 2. Don't need that many Takali Honor Guards. Danto Vanguard doesn't seem that great in this matchup either. All right, let's try this. Legion Warboss does run pretty wild, but after a certain point, it just kind of gets blocked 5-ever, right? All its tokens. Yeah, I don't like keeping it in. I don't think it's worth. Dreadhorde Butcher though. Now that's a move. That card's a move. Last time I did this didn't work out. Okay. That won't work out either. All right, well, this is something, I guess. Sure. I get to at least get a Feather, as opposed to potentially drawing nothing. I'll lead off with Isolated Chapel. Opt. Okay. Huh. Opt. Yep, Miscloaked Herald. Seems good. Wonder how many counterspells they still leave in anyways. Like, is there a reason for them to leave in counterspells? Most likely not. Unfortunately, we're not really doing anything to punish, or I mean to attack our opponent here. And that means that they'll have a creature on board. Yep. Pretty good. Well, I guess we're playing Dreadhorde Arcanist. And then hopefully next turn we can play Feather to block. Like, they could have Exclusion Mage. I'm not sure how many of those they run. Okay, so they're swinging out. This gives us a chance to potentially connect with... oh, boy. I mean, if they Trickster me, how bad is that? Like, actually, how bad is that? But, like, whereas if I go feather and then they counter and they put, like, a... I'll try this. See if they counter this. All right, they do not. Make them try to sacrifice a creature, so this way I can swing and attack and exile On-Grass Rampage. Make them sacrifice a creature again. I mean, they can counter it again. I mean, that's not a big deal. All right. That's fine with me. So we got that out of the way. Sure. Does feather work? All right, let's try to attack then. And I believe feather will send this back to my hand. Because a replacement effect will happen, and thus giving me a Defiant Strike again. Blink of an eye. Happens. Target a creature I don't control. Let's get rid of Storm Tamer, and then target here. If that gets countered, whatever. And it's only upon cast, so Reckless Rage doesn't need to resolve. It just needs to get the card casted, and then it comes back to us. Cool. All right, so we got our 2 triggers back. Yep, there we go. So we have all of our cards back. That feels pretty good. We kind of just do it over again, pretty much. How many spells is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. They have more than enough mana. Make them sacrifice a creature. And they can counter this. That's totally fine. Does this get countered? Okay, now we go to attacks. Nice. Okay, cool. Corbray, good luck, opponent. So the deck so far is 3-0. I like that. I do like it when a deck becomes 3-0. At least we already know no matter what, we get more wins than losses. Play this tapped. I mean, you see Godless Shrine, you're most likely assuming it's Esper, because Esper midrange is everywhere. Then we lead with the all-powerful Dreadhorde Butcher. Nice. So we get another white source, we can play Feather. If this dies, we once again just need a 4th mana. We can bring it back with Sorin. Alright, so we just connect again. Don't have anything for Feather here. We can't play Feather yet, but if we get a 4th land, we can play Sorin. So it's Esper. Cool. Let's go Dreadhorde Arcanist. Just gonna have a Dreadhorde party right now. Ain't no party like a Dreadhorde party. Because a Dreadhorde party don't stop. I'll keep this alive. There we go. 2nd white source, what we wanted. Sweet. Got the Dreadhorde Arcanist back. Connected for a total of a 4 this time. If they try to do anything like, you know, blow up our Dreadhorde Butcher, we can bring it back. We deal 5, which is nice. So they have to bounce it with little Teferi. Throw away another Teferi. That should be an indicator that we might have something. Target player sacrifices a creature. That player would be you. No, I'll submit 0. Or do I have to attack? Oh, no. Or do I have to cast? No, I don't, right? Okay, cool. That's fine. So now if they kill the Dreadhorde Butcher, they're Omega dead. Like, they super die if they kill Dreadhorde Butcher. We get one more white source. We can actually... okay, sure. Pretty good. Hey, that's a Teferi. I think you have to tuck the Dreadhorde Butcher here. No discussion about that. We gotta kill off Teferi. We'll go ahead and attack. This gets us our Sheltering Light back. Target creature gains indestructible. Make this indestructible. Thus allow me to move the Dragon Skull Summit to the bottom. Feather then will return my Sheltering Light. Thus meaning next turn I can go ahead and Dreadhorde Butcher plus Defiant Strike and Sheltering Light in case needed. Sure. Seems decent. That seems decent. We're gonna give that... oh boy. So when this attacks... sacrifices a creature. Can't block anymore. May as well do this because I would like to... no, actually I want to save my mana. Yeah, I want to save my mana because I want to Sheltering Light something in the event they try to destroy it. Cool. Bellhaunt hits the board. That doesn't win them the game anymore. That doesn't do anything for them. And if they go for Kaya's Wrath, they know we have Sheltering Light. So we should be good against that. Also looks like our opponent's on the Esper mid-range game plan, so we should be prepared for that going into the board. Probably load up with Duresses. Who are they going to blow up? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Doing Feather now is a line that would get me in some saucy trouble. That feels wrong, but I gotta get rid of Teferi. Teferi shuts off all of our interaction here. Our ways to keep our threats alive. I mean, we need Sheltering. They gotta whiff at some point, right? There we go. That's what we needed. We desperately needed that. Sure. Pass back to them. I guess I could have technically done Defiant Strike at the end of their turn. Okay, yeah. Fine. So they have main deck Ixalan's Binding. So that means Mortifies are definitely coming in. They already know about our Sheltering Light and Defiant Strike, so... yep. Seems solid. take it to the next one. All right, game 2. Duress, Mortify, Ongrath's Rampage feels pretty decent because if they're going to have a ton of Planeswalkers, we'll have something for that. Reckless Rage is still decent because it's something that targets our own stuff. Sorin gives us the recursion that we're looking for. I feel like it's mostly Reckless Rage that we don't want, right? Danto Vanguard's also pretty good, but just kind of gets bounced immediately. I guess we'll play it like this. Feather's too good to pass up on. Feather plus Dreadhorde Arcanist is way too good to pass up on. And like, yeah, so as I was saying earlier, I could have done a few of the other spells, like the Scry spell, the Defiant Strike spell, on the end of their turn, but the concern was that if they had something in that moment, I lost Dreadhorde Arcanist, it would be game over, right? Or it would be like we couldn't get those spells back. So I wanted to take the safe route, play it patiently, and not accidentally just use spells willy-nilly and then like get caught out with like a removal spell, like Tyrant Scorn or something like that. But if they bounce, that's fine, right? Because most of our stuff has hate. Danto Vanguard though does they do have Cry the Carnariums, which will be a problem. Maybe Reckless Rage is the one that we absolutely just don't need. Although if they have Hero of Precinct, it is entirely possible that we need. Sure, I'll try this. That's our Singleton Reckless Rage. Just gotta hope that they don't Thought Erasure us into the sun. Alright, no Thought Erasure, no Thought Erasure, no Thought Erasure, no Thought Erasure. Please, no Thought Erasure. Actually didn't have a Thought Erasure on turn 2? Nice. Here comes Moment of Craving. Please, no, not that. You can cast down. Fine. We go Blood Crypt into Feather. Or we can go right into Legion Warboss. Let's do this first. I think I'm going to play it a little safer. I think they might have a Basilica Bellhunt, right? Basilica Bellhunt means we need Reckless Rage to actually come back to it. Then we can Mortify. If they go and play Ixalan's Binding, we have something for that. They go Feather right now. This doesn't feel... Yeah, let's just do this. Let's play a Danto Vanguard. Let's double up on a Danto Vanguard. It's kind of forced situation. They have to use a board wipe, a solid board wipe. Teferi won't save them. I want to save Legion Warboss for after the sweeper. I'll throw away the land. This one's indestructible. So now we hit him for 6. Hopefully we can get Reckless Rage back with Dreadhorde Arcanist. This is 8 damage to me if they board wipe with a Kaya's Wrath. Teferi. What does Teferi do for them? Teferi bounces in a Danto. Yep. I mean, Teferi still has to die. A cast down, that's fine.
Only time will tell.
They might have Liliana. That's a little bit of a concern right now. If they have a Liliana, this is going to feel pretty rough. Because they haven't played anything, right? So I have every reason to believe they have, like, just a bunch of Planeswalkers in hand. Ixalan's Binding. Sure, that's fine. Luckily for us, we went down some. Alright, let's try this, because now we have Sheltering Light. We don't have Sheltering Light if we play Feather. Okay, which one are they going to take? Danto Vanguard again. Sure, seems reasonable. I guess we don't have to do much here, right? We could just sit and wait. End of their turn, blow up one of their Ixalan's bindings with a Mortify. Move that to the bottom. We don't need. So that should be lethal, hypothetically. Because now we can blow up one of the bindings. Boom. Like that. Seals it up. 4-0. Sandwash, you are our last round opponent. Okay, so this is the 5-0 here on the line. 5-0 on the line. We are currently 4-0. We just got to win one more and we can go 5-0. I'll settle for 5-1, but like I'd rather 5-0. Okay, so it's green. Which means they probably have a bunch of big creatures and Adonta Vanguard will just hurt us a lot. It's a Blast Zone, Incubation Druid, okay. I have an option, so I can play Feather, play Dreadhorde Arcanist, play Legion Warboss. Warboss just starts getting the tokens going. Defiant Strike can eventually kill him, but I mean, if I do Feather, I get to... Yeah, you know, I'm going to go with this. They block a 1/1, that's fine. Because the nice thing here is that our opponent, if they have Blast Zone and all that other stuff, it doesn't hit tokens. What is this? Okay, so it's a blue-green, that blue-green deck. They land light? It might be. Okay. Free damage. They're just going to block the Legion Warboss, so let's just go ahead and send these in. May as well, right? Doesn't hurt me to get more value. All right, sweet. So I get that back. Next turn I go Legion, 10th District Legionnaire. I mean, they got to start doing something this turn. Target player sacrifices a creature. That target player will be my opponent. Okay. Seems good with me. Just need to keep sending our friendly little neighborhood goblins in. Let's get rid of the 4-3. The 4-3 is a little problematic. Okay. That's pretty good for us. So then next turn, we get all of our stuff back. So they're probably going to try to steal our stuff right now, right? Oh, the Krasis, that's fine. All right, so I think we have lethal here because they block in the air, block here. We have double pump spell. They know that. So they have to block. It's lethal either way. It doesn't matter. Yep. Okay, so this is that one deck that I think I've seen running around that also plays Sylvan Awakening. So we want to be ready for that. Mortify is good for some big old crazy, if you will, I think is what the plural version of that would be. Crises, crazy. Midlife crisis. Danto Vanguard gets normally chumped pretty hard here. But so far it's been doing wonders. Reckless Rage. Rather just have Mortify, but I think I'd keep a few in. Mind Strike is pretty sweet. Duress is pretty sweet. Maybe it is a Danto Vanguard, right? Like, I don't think I need it. Dreadhorde Arcanist seems pretty clutch here, but I can go down 1. Legion Warboss feels like it's going to get blocked a lot. I guess let's run it like that. I mean, a Danto Vanguard after a certain point just kind of doesn't do anything. Yeah, all right, sure, whatever. I'll keep a few Adantos in. Just trim some numbers. Have a few more spells. Can't keep that hand. Not aggressive enough. This hand's great if I draw a like Sacred Foundry or something, or even just a Godless Shrine right now. That's not it. Okay. They have the turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Usually games that start with a turn 1 Llanowar Elf get very bad very quick. Turns out that has not changed. Elvish Rejuvenator. So next turn they're going to already be up to 5 mana. Unless we get lucky and they miss. Darn. Maybe it's worth actually bringing in Deafening Clarion. Just to clear off all the little mana dorks. Yeah, that's game over. I mean, we could play it out. See what happens. No, actually, let's just save time here. I think I know exactly what happens. They just keep plussing every turn and then we lose, right? Like, we can never beat that. That was fun. 1 Deafening Clarion's nice. Maybe the Angrath's Rampage is pretty important. We're just, like, super all in on, like, removal. Reckless Rage requires us to have creature, though. I don't know if I like... I mean, like it requires us to have it early, and then we want to deal with mana dorks early. Just cut a Reckless Rage. Jeez. Alright, here we go, finally. This one's a keeper. This one's a keeper for sure. Okay, so we go and play Dragon Skull Summit, connect immediately with Dreadhorde Butcher, and or they can choose to play their mana dork and block. I'm okay with that either way. Oh, especially now more than ever. Alright, nice. So I think they're going to try the ramp game plan. Just do what they did last game. Get to their Nissa as soon as possible. Right, nice. We got a feather out of this. So this Dreadhorde Butcher has now gone up to a 3/3. I needed to get rid of that Druid, because letting them ramp anymore would have been a huge problem. Yep. You got it. Our opponent's deck's already becoming a problem. This one isn't looking great for the home team, but we'll try it. Can they steal more things? Please, no. No more stealing. No more stealing. Okay. I kind of want to blow up their mana dork, but I think I need to actually blow up this Dreadhorde Butcher. 'Cause then I can get it back, which is the most important part. Are we going to get got, though, by a... I feel like they have to just have it, right? Like, it's obvious they have the Frilled Mystic, so I'm just going to just sit here and chill for a little bit. They can put 2 counters on it, which it looks like they will, which blows up our feather. Fine. They've blown up feather. We'll go ahead and just get it back, I guess. I need to be careful with what I pump. That's all. Just need to be careful with what I pump. That's fine. I will be drawing extra cards this turn if I can, though. All right, nice. This feels pretty good. That looks pretty bad. Crap. I went to the end step. I messed up. I super messed up. No. And I drew another feather anyways. Lame. Oh, Jesus. That was the wrong card. Oh, here comes Eugene. Eugene does what? Cool. Darn it, again, I messed up. I could have gone ahead and, hear that play. I could have drawn a card again. It's been a 4/4. I would have gotten more damage through. Unfortunate that I didn't. Growth Spiral, please stop drawing. Oh, Raptor. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah, sure, no blocks. Well, we're not playing War Boss, that's for sure. Nice. Super bailed out. Super bailed out. Oh, 5-0. 5-0 despite some misplaying there. Well, that's one heck of a way to end the league. You know, a casual 5-0. I do like that. I like it when we don't have any losses. Going undefeated was fun. The deck seemed to be very powerful with the Black Splash. I definitely really liked it. You know, I played a little bit of this on stream. And, you know, you all asked to see what I like, you know, like to see some content on it. So I decided to make one. I'm really happy that I did. I really got to play a lot more of the deck and understand what I like and don't like about it. And so, like, I was able to add the Dreadhorde Butcher, and I do really like it. I think Dreadhorde Butcher, I might want to move up to 4 of. The card seems super sweet. I mean, and that's not because I'm trying to stay on the Dreadhorde theme here with Arcanist and Butcher. But yeah, like, the card was sweet, and I really liked Sorin bringing everything back. Duresses were big in the like controlling matches, or maybe the Simic or Bant steal your stuff style decks, as we're able to rip key parts from their hand. And you just kind of saw the Feather engine go to town. I mean, it's hard for some decks to just kind of deal with Feather after you have Arcanist plus Feather, and then you just sit there behind Sheltering Lights and Defiant Strikes, just growing your army. And of course, as you witnessed some games where we went and pumped the Dreadhorde Arcanist and just used On-Grass Rampage for like the millionth time, the deck was fun. It was a lot of fun. I would like to see how well the Jeskai variant is, but right now I do really like the Black Splash in Feather. The mana base can be a little bit of a pickle, because, you know, as you witnessed in one of the games, we just didn't have red, or maybe we didn't have white. It can be a little bit of a pickle, but I think the splash was worth so far. Plus, we're in Ravnica mana bases. We'll be fine. The sideboard, I liked it. I think the only thing I wish we had was maybe some more efficient ways, like maybe like an Ixalan's Binding or something like that, or maybe the 4th Duress even. I just want something that can kind of like permanently deal with certain threats. But you know, like what if we got paired against a Phoenix deck, et cetera, et cetera? Like, how do we beat that? I mean, maybe some graveyard hate, who knows? But Tikali Honor Guard's very good, and everything seemed very much so. Like, the slots seemed well thought out. The only thing I think I could see me shaving was maybe a Healing Grace. Healing Grace or 2 felt kind of like the weak spots, the ones that I never really needed to bring it in. But I assume that's against red deck. So against red deck, I could understand having like 2. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. You know, it always means the world to me that you all come back and hang out with me and watch my content. As always, if you like the content we make here at MTG Goldfish, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button mash that bell icon to be notified when we put a brand new video up. Other than that, it is I, yours truly, your host, Krim, also known as the Asian Avenger, signing out. I'll see you at the next one.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.